John was a curious child who had always been fascinated by the art of swordsmithing. He would spend hours watching his father, a renowned swordsmith, as he worked in his forge, crafting blades of exceptional beauty and power. One day, as Yusui watched his father at work, he asked him, "Father, what makes a sword truly great?" His father paused for a moment, his eyes fixed on the glowing steel in front of him. "It's not just the quality of the materials or the skill of the smith," he said slowly. "The best sword is the one in which the smith invests the most effort and deep work." John was puzzled by this answer. He had always believed that the best sword was simply the one made from the finest materials and forged with the greatest skill. But his father went on to explain that a sword was more than just a tool or a weapon. It was an extension of the smith's soul, a manifestation of his passion and dedication to his craft. The more time and energy a smith put into a sword, the more it reflected his spirit and his commitment to excellence. John was inspired by his father's words and decided to devote himself to the art of swordsmithing. He spent countless hours in his father's workshop, honing his skills and experimenting with new techniques. As he grew older, John's talent and dedication began to attract attention. Other swordsmiths would come from far and wide to watch him work, eager to learn from his techniques and expertise. But John was not content to simply follow in his father's footsteps. He was determined to create his own style of sword, one that would surpass all others in beauty and power. For years, John worked tirelessly in his forge, pouring his heart and soul into each and every blade he created. He experimented with new materials, techniques, and designs, always striving to push the boundaries of what was possible. Despite his many successes, John never forgot his father's words. He knew that the key to creating a truly great sword lay not just in the quality of the materials or the skill of the smith, but in the depth of his commitment and the intensity of his focus. One day, after years of work, John created his masterpiece, a sword of extraordinary beauty and power, with a blade so sharp it could cut through steel. The hilt was wrapped in shimmering blue silk, and the scabbard was adorned with intricate patterns inlaid with gold. But what made the sword truly special was the love and dedication John had poured into its creation. Every detail, every curve and line was the result of his deep work and investment of his heart and soul. As he held the sword in his hand, Yusui felt a deep sense of pride and accomplishment. He knew that this sword was not just a tool or a weapon, but a reflection of his spirit and his commitment to excellence. But John's journey as a swordsmith was far from over. He continued to create blades of exceptional beauty and power, always striving to push the boundaries of what was possible. And as he worked, he remembered his father's words, and knew that the true measure of a sword's greatness lay not in its material or design, but in the depth of the smith's commitment and the intensity of his focus.